Public will have a chance to say goodbye to murdered San Marcos police officer Ken Copeland. A public visitation is next Tuesday from 2 in the afternoon until 10 at night. It's at Thomason Funeral Home in San Marcos. A funeral follows the next day. Tonight at 5 and 6, the family of the man now charged with the murder of Officer Copeland told us that they fled to a shelter fearing for their lives. Stewart Metz's mother-in-law says he changed after leaving the military 2 years ago.
When you see guns loaded, you see someone's trying to control your life, tell you what to do, treat you like you're a slave, a maid, or have no respect for you. You know it's time to get out.
And KXAN's Jacqueline Powell picks up her story for us tonight, one that may be familiar for more military families than you might think.
Yeah, Sydney, I contacted a number of victims groups today, and they all essentially told me the same thing. They said this is a big problem they see, but no one wants to talk about it. Studies show that intimate partner violence is high among veterans, anywhere from 13 to 42%. Metz's mother-in-law says things got bad after he left the Army, that he started drinking heavily and became aggressive. Domestic violence advocates tell me it's a familiar story, but they want victims to know there are ways to get out without getting hurt.
I'm so sorry for the loss of this police officer. He died in my place. He died in my daughter's place. We're alive. I feel very bad.
Brenda Sinclair says she had a feeling her son-in-law would kill someone. That's why she and her daughter made a police report and disappeared.
Had we not went into the shelter, both of us would be dead.
Melissa Rodriguez at the Hayes Caldwell Women's Center in San Marcos helps hundreds of victims in similar situations.
Often they don't see it coming until it hits a high point. That's normally when we end up seeing them.
She says too often people wait too long to escape, not paying attention to early warning signs like emotional abuse before the physical violence sets in.
Contacting law enforcement can be a very scary choice for a lot of our victims.
That's why Rodriguez encourages domestic violence victims to contact a group like hers that offers help for battered women, men, and children.
We're here to safety plan with them, to give them resources, to find ways to seek the help that they need.
And they can do it discreetly, so that by the time the aggressor finds out the victim's taken action, they're already in a safe place. Jacqueline Powell, KXAN News.
These groups can also help victims navigate the criminal justice system and provide help should they choose to press charges. Awareness about the need for mental health care for veterans is growing. In 2001, the Department of Veterans Affairs registered the total of vets receiving mental health or substance use help at just over a quarter of vets. 3 years ago, it was 40%. The government also found last year 20 vets died from suicide every day. 3 out of 5 had been diagnosed with a mental health condition. Texas is home to nearly 1.7 million veterans. That's second only to California. At the same time, tens of thousands of vets will see delays in medical care unless lawmakers act soon on emergency funding. Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin says money will run out for private sector choice program. They have until the end of the year. Lawmakers disagree over costs and how much access veterans should have to private doctors.